When you were born, both of you, and you were growing up,
Mm.
did you like to eat Indian food or you were more hooked onto the American food?
Did not really have a choice.
माँ के हाथ के बने खाने में जादू होता है, प्यार का जादू। और हम यहाँ इस प्रदेश में उस माँ के खाने को बहुत मिस करते हैं। 1965 में अमेरिका ने इमिग्रेशन के डोर्स ओपन किए और बहुत से इंडियंस आए, लेकिन मिस किया घर का बना खाना, उस माँ के हाथ के बने लड्डू, रोटी। उफ, बहुत याद आती है ना। लेकिन आपको बताना चाहते हैं कि 50 इयर्स बैक एक फैमिली ने हमारे बारे में सोचा और हमारे लिए दाल, आटा, सब कुछ लेकर आए, स्पाइसेस लेकर आए, ताकि हम इस प्रदेश में अपने देश का स्वाद ले सकें। Talking about family that is known as House of Spices family, Mr. Soni. Right now, I'm sitting with his children. So let's have a chat with Amrapali and Neil Soni. First of all, I want to congratulate both of you. 50 years celebration of House of Spices. How do you feel?
I'm super thrilled that, one, that the company is 50 years old, and two, it's been able to go from generation that has started this from. I know you said that Mr. Soni is the one that started this business, but no one gives enough respect to Mama Soni and Mrs. Soni, who started this only for the fact that she said she was tired of eating yogurt and rice when she came to America. And our father then hooked up with his cousin from India and imported a first container. And it started from that, that one idea and that one need that she had in America that has caused us to be here today. And I'm just so happy we've been able to do it as a family together. And our mother, our uncle, and dad started the business together, and I'm happy to continue it with Amrapali.
Wonderful. As I said in the beginning of this show, Ma ke haath ka khana.
Correct.
And Ma was tired of eating yogurt.
Mm-hmm.
I can trust me. It's very hard. I came in 77 with my parents, and the kind of struggle we faced and being vegetarian in this country, it was, very difficult to live here. But as I said, 50 years, 1972, you were not even born, both of you. When you were born, both of you, and you were growing up, did you like to eat Indian food or you were more hooked onto the American food?
Did not really have a choice. You eat what was given to you. And I still remember them making the puri, snatching a puri, and having our upma for breakfast on Sundays. See, we grew up in a house where dad was from Kerala, mom was from Kenya. So we had Kerala food, we had Gujarati food, we had Indian food, and we had cassava, which was Kenyan food.
Oh, okay.
Moga.
Okay.
And then we snuck in our McDonald's and our American food there. But, I would say that every second generation family that's in America, being from Brazil, being from China, being from Thailand or anywhere in the world, second generation kids always grow up with their home cooking, and then they start cultivating that and mixing it with the American food.
Agree. Amrapali.
Oh, I was going to say, he remembers eating it. I remember being forced in the kitchen to make the rotis and fry the puris and cook and learn how to make the upma. So we ate dal bhat rotli shak every day. And we got pizza if dad was traveling.
Correct, yeah.
And no meat in the house, so super traditional in that sense.
How did you get into this business, both of you?
I graduated college. I was living at home because my income was my friend's disposable income. And I heard our father talking on the phone, and he was trying to negotiate it. He wasn't trying, he was negotiating a deal to buy Mazda for North America. And I thought about it, I'm like, mango juice, guava juice, lychee juice. I'm like, that can go mainstream. Like, lychee martinis are in bars. Like, people are familiar with the tropical flavor. So I thought about it and I said, all right, let me talk to him. So I sort of talked to him one night when he was in a good mood, pitched him my idea for Maza, and he, kept nodding his head. And in hindsight now, I look back and he wasn't listening to a word I said. He was just going, I get to see my daughter every day at work. So it didn't matter what I did or what I was saying at that point. But I thought, as a younger kid and as I got older, I always thought what he did was pretty cool. And I thought being an entrepreneur and being your own boss and waking up whenever you wanted was
Right.
pretty amazing.
Unbelievable. But you, how did you decide to get into this
Yeah,
business?
I had zero
Who got
interest.
into the business first, you or him?
He did.
So I had
Did it?
zero interest in joining because my father smelled like chili powder and pickles every day. And I still remember the day in 1997 where the dry cleaner said, Mr. Soni, we can't take your shirts anymore because they smell so bad. 25 years later, I take that as a sign of respect.
Absolutely.
That the spices and the food is that strong. But back in, I was a banker in 2001 to 2003 at Barclays Capital. My analyst program was ending. I had an opportunity to go to a hedge fund or go to a different career path. And my chacha kept on taking me out to dinner to Jewels of India on 44th Street and
Yes.
Fifth Avenue. I used to work at the MetLife building. And I said, why does this guy keep taking me out and telling me about the business? And he said, you got to join the business. You got to join the business. And I said, why? He's like, because we built it for you. I said, don't say that. I said, you too love doing your business. You enjoyed growing this business and it's your passion. You didn't do this for me or Amrapali or our cousin Chico. So I eventually joined the business in 2003 around November, December. And it's such a tragedy. I had to deal with my chacha. I said, if I don't like the business after 2 years, you allow me to go get my MBA, and we gave it a shot, and I want to be a part of this, but if it doesn't work out, let me have an exit just in case. The minute we joined, I would say about 3 or 4 months afterwards, my chacha got diagnosed, our chacha got diagnosed with brain cancer, and he passed away within 6 months. So during that 1 year process of just joining the business, I don't speak Hindi, I don't speak the language, and learning about the business from all the different team members there. I got very close to it. I saw how much of a heritage there was. I saw how much time and dedication our family took to build it, along with so many other team members. And I didn't take for granted how hard so many people worked before we got there. So stuck with the business ever since then.
Which year was that?
That was 2004 when he passed, in August, yeah.
And you joined in 2004?
2003. I
Three.
joined 2003.
And when did you join?
2006.
So few years after that.
I was with my father for 15 years, and I didn't realize just being around him, listening to him, seeing his culture, seeing what he's saying, his communication, his understanding of the business. I still remember that my first day at work, I swear to God, I walked into the office. He said, Neil, this is whole mung. You split this, you get mung dal. You split this, you get mung split. And I still remember hitting my head. I said, where am I? What am I doing here? But did not know how valuable that knowledge was.
Absolutely.
What's great about, you say Indian food, right? We're not an Indian food company.
No.
We have to be so clear that House of Spices is a South Asian food company. So the company is broken up into two aspects, our distribution business and our brand. For the distribution, which House of Spices, we are the distributors for Maggi noodles, for Parle, for Kawan Parathas, for Ashirwad Atta, MDH, Badshah, Everest, all these different brands. And 3,500 stores around the country are taking these products from House of Spices. We have a commitment not only to our own brand, but to these agencies and these partners we have all over the world. And we take that very seriously. And then for our own brand, at Laxmi brand, the first thing that Amrapali and I really saw, and it was so clear that best quality products are necessary.
Yes.
So we spent a lot of time and energy and resources vetting, learning, understanding what are the best procedures for procurement, for packaging, for shipping, to ensure that our consumers are, every time they have a Laxmi product, they are completely satisfied.
Absolutely.
And that's the only thing that we really care about. As long as consumers are satisfied with what they purchase at a good value, we've done our job, and they'll always be loyal to the brand, but they'll appreciate the brand. And after 50 years, every day I learn something else new of what we should be doing better. And that's
Right.
what's great about being in a business that you have a passion for. Every day, what else can you do better and keep improving upon? And it's only
Absolutely.
about the consumer appreciation.
Absolutely. So, how many warehouses do you have? Because you have so many distribution in so many places.
11 in 12 in North America, so 11 US and one in Canada.
So, tell us about your this campaign going on. Um, First of all, congratulations for signing Shilpa Shetty as your brand ambassador. So, how did you think of signing up Shilpa Shetty for this brand?
It was about 2.5 years ago. We had decided to change the Laxmi logo. So we learned that in order to expand our business, it's important that we can relate to everybody. So the first job that we had was, let's take the goddess off the logo. So we get a lot of customer complaints, not complaints, but emails that say, please
Yeah.
take Mataji off the bag. And so just letting everyone know that we have done that. So you will not find that packaging in stores anymore. And we've learned from that. So that was our first initiative. After that, we said, we want a personality to it. So what is that personality? What does that brand stand for? And when we think about Lakshmi and we think about the lifestyle we want to provide to people, it is about being healthy. It's about quality goods. It's about family. What do all of these ingredients are scratch cooking, which are made in the kitchen, which bring families together every day for dinner to talk about all the good times, all the bad times. So we felt that Shilpa was the best fit for to be part of luxury brand and to associate it with and to help us gain that market share, gain that market.
That's so true. She is. She's unbelievable. And you're running some campaign right now. I want you to tell our viewers about that campaign.
So we are very excited about 50 years. We would love to hear from you. You can
Yes.
also submit your story. From everybody that has an association or a story about Lakshmi brand. So you can go to lakshmihos.com. You can click on the link and submit your story. It takes about 2 seconds, and you can or you can take the story, post it, and just hashtag Lakshmi, hashtag 50 years of Lakshmi.
And you can read that underneath of my show.
Yeah.
We are showing those hashtags. I'm going to go back to your parents. What is one thing that you learned from your parents and using that in your business? Because your mother also was involved in the business, your dad was involved, your chacha was involved. You grew up in that family who was a business family. Because sometimes some people say, oh, in our dinner table, when we get together, we only talk about business. What were you talking when you guys were sitting on the dinner table with your parents?
Couple things. I believe that we're our parents' kids, but the company was his baby. So maybe he loved us, but showed it in different ways, and he loved the business, and that passion was the business. Half of what I've learned in my life was from my elders, including my father and mother, and the other half was from my own mistakes. And then I think that's how people grow in life. And what I really took away from what not only our father, but from everyone else who's been successful, was having that passion for the product and having a passion for the business and being a strong leader in terms of being humble, being kind, having gratitude, and serving everyone in the organization to the best of your ability and giving it your all.
There's one mistake in the business which you made and you were scared to tell your dad. But eventually you told him. What was his reaction?
Oh, I have a good story. So as I said, I joined the business because our father was negotiating a deal for Mazda. So I came into the business and he, for some reason, let me go ahead with this idea. So I called up so many beverage distributors and I was like selling Mazda to them. I would ship them samples and I'd follow up. I got 7 distributors up and down the East Coast when I started the business in like my first year. And you have to collect the money. And then, I remember Neil going, Amrapali, this isn't a business until you collect the money. It's negative until you get a check. I'm like, okay. So I started calling people and collecting the money. There was one distributor where I literally couldn't find them. I drove down to see them, I drove down to find them. Their shop was closed up, it was just a fax machine. It was very shady. So I come back and I had to muster up the courage, and I sat, and my father used to eat, we used to have a lunch, a cafeteria that served for everybody in the warehouse. And I'd eat lunch with him once in a while. And I had to sit at lunch and kind of muster up the courage and say, hey, Dad, so I can't find about $40,000. And he looks down, he doesn't say anything, and he looks up at me and says, did you learn anything? And I said, yeah, I learned a lot. And I learned a lot from that lesson. And from then, I took a large step back and realized I had a lot to learn before I went and tried to do something like this again. But yeah, so he was all about learning from mistakes. And it's something that we do within our organization, all the team members at HOS, it's all about what are we learning and how can we be better tomorrow?
Right. So you have atta, you have all kind of dal.
Yes.
Tell us more about
Of
other
all the
brands.
different products?
Different products, very quickly.
Oh, nice.
Very quickly.
1700.
Both of you. Both of you. No, not
Okay.
like, urad ki dal or chane ki
The
dal.
category
No,
of spice, we have
not like that.
Spices,
Okay.
Dals,
biscuits,
chutneys,
juices,
paste,
frozen vegetables,
frozen snacks.
frozen samosas.
Sorry,
rice?
flour. Oh my God, atta.
Yeah,
Atta, I said that.
You said
I
it.
started
Do you
with
know
atta.
how much rice we carry?
No.
You know a South Indian family has 10 different types of rice?
What?
A Sona Masoi rice, an idli rice, a poni boiled rice, a poni raw rice, a surti kolam rice, a kalajira rice, and they want everybody eats it in a 10 pound, a 20 pound, and a 40 pound. We have a crystal Sona Masoi rice. For basmati rice, we have a brown basmati, an extra long grain basmati, a pusha basmati, an aged basmati, a Sela basmati, and this is all also in 20 pound, 10 pound, and 4 pound package.
Good job, Neil. Good job.
We just keep trying to
Amrapali.
tell our but I have so much respect for our other family members, and those are the retailers. And these retailers have such a depth of knowledge, not only for our products, but for the entire category that they are providing to the community. Every retail store, which is 10,000 to 15,000 square feet, they have to manage 20,000 items. 20,000 items. That's fantastic. Because when someone says Indian food or South Asian food, that is a population around the world of over 2 billion people. So you have to respect that every culture, every region has their own type of diet that they're looking for.
Absolutely. Is there any product that your father wanted to launch, but he didn't, he couldn't?
Frozen dinners. We tried very hard for frozen dinners.
So are you launching? Have you launched?
Yeah, yes. So the one thing from our company that we realized that we need to develop better infrastructure, and that takes time and energy. So as Amrapali said, we're building up these 11 warehouses around the country, and every warehouse we're building has a 30,000 square foot freezer. So they hold 80 to 200 containers. So this is the infrastructure needed with the frozen trucks and a sales team, marketing campaign. And from the India side, we now have a team of 25 people working in product development, pushing forward and seeing how we can make great products, more innovative products that can put all the pieces together from soup to nuts, that we can provide a good value product to consumers.
So most of your products are coming from India,
India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Australia, UK,
Canada.
and America.
Both of you work together, brother and sister. It's very hard. Okay. Do you fight a lot?
No,
You say no?
no. Come to my house. I did that.
I don't think we fight. I think obviously we come with different perspectives, and
Argues a lot?
yeah, good discussion,
Okay.
passionate discussions.
That is important. Having brainstorm meetings. Then you argue when you're having meetings. You want to make sure your point is, comes across stronger than others.
Communication is always very important.
Yes.
It's the most important thing, in having each other's back. As long as the other person knows you have each other's back and support, anything is possible.
But the team of you, two of you, can do wonders.
It's
can
us.
conquer the world.
It's us too, but there's so many people involved in the success of House of Spices. We have 190 team members across the country, and every job is important.
I know some of the people who are working with you, and they really, really talk very high about both of you. Really do. And they always say that they treat us like a family. So keeping your parents' legacy, really good. Congratulations once again.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
What message would you like to give to our viewers, our community living here in America, South Asians who are watching this show? What message would you like to give from House of Spices family, one family to another family?
So from House of Spices and Laxmi brand, we're fully committed to making this a brand that is going to endure for the benefit of people in the long run through better products. We are committed, and our vision is that we're here to help the community, and we want to be a part of that. So we're going to have a lot of social media around this, education around this. We'll be working with the American Heart Association, Diabetes Foundation, and we just want to do a better job for everyone through education and delivering products that can help people live a better life.
I think that's a great, great, great service to the community. We need youngsters like you to grow and support the community with the new vision, with the new ideas, with the new venture. I think it is great work you guys are doing, taking your parents and your chacha's legacy to a different level. I wish you all the very best, and congratulations once again for your 50th anniversary. And do not forget to share your story with House of Spices, and you will see all those hashtags under this show. So please share your story.
Laxmi!
Laxmi!